Good morning, grade 4. Welcome back to the English class. In the previous class, we have seen a few exercises from the chapter, and today we will see the rest of the exercises from the same. So the next part is the grammar section. There is a small note given in the textbook. Please turn to page number 104 in your English reader. And you can see this note there. And this grammar section is about subject-verb agreement. Let's see what is that. Read these sentences from the story. I was the only girl in my postgraduate department. You see the word was given in red there. Red gulmohars were blooming at the Indian Institute of Science campus. And in the next page you can read a note. In the first sentence, the subject is singular. So which was the subject in the first sentence? The subject is girl, only girl. It's a singular subject. In the first sentence, the subject is singular, so the verb is also singular. So which is the verb there? Was is given in red and it is the verb there. And since the subject, the only girl, is singular, that verb is also in singular form. In the second sentence, the subject is plural, so the verb is also plural. And in the second sentence, which is the subject, we are talking about red gulmohars here. So the subject is red gulmohars, which is a plural subject. Red gulmohars, which is more than one. So it is plural, and hence the verb here is were blooming. Instead of was blooming, it is were blooming to indicate that the subject is plural. So when the subject was singular, the verb was also in singular form, and when the subject is plural, the verb is also given in plural form. Thus, we know that a singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. I hope it is clear to you. Let's see a few more examples. Here are a few more examples. The boy sits by the window. The subject is the boy, which is a singular subject, and hence the verb sit is in singular form with an S. Sit, sits. The girls play in the garden. The girls is a plural subject, and hence the verb play is in plural form. The girls play in the garden. The cat was sniffing the flower, and the cat is a singular subject and hence was sniffing. The elephants were bathing in the lake. The elephants, more than one, it is plural, and hence instead of was bathing, it is were bathing. Not each and every news, a pair of, like in scissors, book titles, collective nouns and subjects, for example mathematics, is always considered as a singular verb. For example, we say each and every tree was tall. We don't say each and every tree were tall. Instead, we say each and every tree was tall. It's considered a singular subject there. And news, we say there is news. We don't say there are news. So news is also considered a singular subject. We say there is a pair of scissors, a pair of shoes. A pair of is also considered singular. When you say the name of books, book titles, and when you say collective nouns and subjects, the name of subjects like mathematics, English, all these are considered as singular subjects. So in those cases, the verb should also be a singular verb. Now below that you can see an exercise. Fill in the blanks with the correct word from the brackets, and you can see a set of 6 statements there, and you have to choose the correct choice from the 2 choices given in each sentence. You have to choose the correct form of the verb, whether it is singular form or whether it is plural form of the verb should be used. You have to choose the correct choice here. You do this as an activity. Please pause this video, finish each sentence and then come back. Hope you are done with our exercise. Now let's discuss each question one by one. The first one, the Niagara Falls. Is it singular subject or plural subject? It is a singular subject. So we have to use singular verb there. So the correct choice is the Niagara Falls looks beautiful, where looks is the singular form of the verb look. Now the second one, this bunch of grapes. This bunch, it is a singular subject. So this bunch of grapes costs 50 rupees. Now 3, each one was carrying her own water bottle. Each one, it is singular. Every student has come today. Every student is a singular subject. So instead of using have come, you have to use has come today. Now fifth one, it's the name of a subject. Mathematics is easy for some students. So even if you see that S towards the end of the word mathematics, it is not plural, it is a singular subject. So mathematics is easy for some students. Now sixth one, they have not submitted their copies. Now I hope you got all the answers correct. Now the next section, section B, look at the picture, write a description of what you see, keeping the subject-verb agreement in mind. So we have already gone through examples of subject-verb agreement. Now you have to observe this picture given there carefully, and what you see there you have to describe, you have to write about what you see in the picture and keep in mind about subject-verb agreement rules. For example, I'll suggest you a sentence. You can see a lot of customers are there in a fruit shop. So you can write a sentence like, many customers are shopping at the store. And there are many different varieties of fruits in the shelves. And a salesman is picking out an apple for a customer. So these are examples of things that you see in the picture. Similarly, observe this picture carefully and make up your own sentences keeping subject-verb agreement rules in mind. Now you have to do this as an activity. You can write the sentences in your notebook, take a picture and send us routines. Now we'll move on to the next section. And it's about tag questions. You can read a small note in your textbook itself. Let me read the sentences to you. Sudha Murthy got the job, didn't she? J.R.D. Tata did not throw away the letter, did he? So in the two sentences given here, you can see the words didn't she and did he are given in red color. These are highlighted here and these are given as a question there. So when you add certain words to the end of a sentence, like you're asking a question, you call that as tag questions. Now, here Sudha Murthy got the job. So it is a positive sentence. So when you are tagging a question to the end of it, the question should be in negative form. Like she got the job, didn't she? So since it is got given here, it should be didn't she. If it was gets the job, it should have been does she. See in the next example, J.R.D. Tata did not throw away the letter. So it is did not. So when you are tagging a question, it should be did he. So here it is negative. The given sentence is negative. So when you are tagging the question, it should be in a positive way. So did not, and in the question tag it becomes did he. See, let me read the notes to you. These sentences are followed by small questions. These are called tag questions. When the statements are positive, the tag questions at the end are generally negative. For example, the young man followed the stream, didn't he? So the statement was a positive one, followed the stream. So how do we tag a question which is negative? Followed, then didn't he? Now, when the statements are negative, the tag questions at the end are usually positive. For example, he did not or he didn't continue to stay there, did he? Here it was didn't. When you tag the question, it is did he. It turned into a positive phrase. There is an exercise given below that section. Let me read the question to you. Add the correct tag questions at the end of these statements. And you can see a set of 8 statements there. Let me read out the first one to you. We didn't go to the fair last year. How would you tag a question to it? We didn't go. So the question tag should be did we. Didn't go, did we. So there is an example. Now the rest of the questions you have to do as an activity now. Please pause this video. Try to add tag questions to each of the sentences below there and come back. Hope you are done with that activity. Now let me read out each question one by one. The first question we have already discussed. We didn't go to the fair last year. This question tag is did we. The next one, mother has given her permission for the trip. Has given. So the question tag should be hasn't she. Instead of saying hasn't mother, you can use the pronoun she to refer to mother. Now the third one, the young man did not see the old woman. So it is did not see. So in the question tag it should be did he. Now the fourth one, this was Lucknow, the home of our ancestors. Wasn't it? In the given sentence it is was Lucknow. So the tag question should be wasn't it? Now the fifth one, she took him in and offered food. What is the correct tag question there? She took him in and offered food, didn't she? The verb is in past tense form in the given sentence. So when you tag the question, it should be did not. Did is the past tense of do. So you have to use didn't she. Here it is a positive statement given. So the tag should be negative. So didn't she should be the correct tag for this statement. Now the sixth one, they shouldn't be sown during the monsoon. Should they? Here it is shouldn't. So the tag should be positive. It is should they. Now the seventh one, this year she didn't visit her family. So she didn't. So what should be the tag? It should be did she. Here it is a negative statement given like she didn't. So the tag should be positive. Did she. Now the eighth one, they will begin playing now. Here the verb is will begin. So what should be the tag? Will not or won't they. So I hope you got all these tags correct. Now let's move on to the next section. It is the listening exercise. In the listening section, a couple of questions are given. Listen to a passage on self-confidence and tick the correct option as directed. And there is a section B. Listen to the passage again and write 4 things that help to improve self-confidence. Now let me read out a passage to you about self-esteem or self-confidence. Now in section A of this exercise, you have to listen to the passage carefully and you have to tick the correct choices whichever is applicable out of the given choices here. And in the second section, section B, you have to list out 4 things which you have listened to from the passage that helps you to improve self-confidence. Now, let me read out the passage to you. Listen carefully. Self-esteem refers to how you feel about yourself. Do you always feel that everyone is better than you, or do you think that you're good at a lot of things too? Well, if you think that everyone is better than you and you have to put in a lot of pressure on yourself to be perfect, or if you are afraid of meeting new people, then I'm afraid you have low self-esteem. That means you lack confidence in yourself. Relax. It's not your fault really. Somebody somewhere must have always behaved with you as if you can't do a thing properly. They have helped you in every small thing, from putting on your clothes to packing your school bag for you. They have never asked your opinion or allowed you to make mistakes. And on top of that, they have always criticized you but never praised your efforts. They have always expected you to be first in studies but have never seen how well you can draw or sing or dance or write. So now that is clear and you know you are not to blame. How do you improve your confidence? Simple. Identify and focus on the things you do well. Find ways to use your strengths as often as possible. Stop being so critical about yourself and be kind to yourself. Be yourself. Remember, everyone makes mistakes. They are a part of life, but one must explore. Think of Vasco da Gama and Dr. Livingstone, the great explorers. Spend time with people who see the good in you and who accept you as you are. Remind yourself that no one's perfect and just do your best. I hope you have listened to that passage carefully. Now, as an activity or homework, you have to work out the 2 sections from the listening exercise. Now let's move on to the next part. It is the pronunciation exercise. It's about the difference between words with CH and SH in their spelling. The first section is read these words aloud. Pay attention to the sound of the highlighted letters. In the green box below, you can see a list of words which starts with the letters CH. Now let me read out these words to you. Listen carefully to the pronunciation. The first one, chocolate, chain, chalk, cheese, cheetah, cherries, children, chin, church, and chimpanzee. See how the combination of the letters C and H make a sound in these words. Now in section B, now read these words aloud. Pay attention to the sound of the highlighted letters. Now in section B, you can see words starting with the letters S and H. Now let's see how it sounds. The first one, shadow, shampoo, shape, shark, sheep, shelf, shirt, short, shower, and shop. So you have seen how the combination of the letters S and H sound in these words. You have to understand the difference in the pronunciation of these two combinations, and also you have to add a couple of words to each group. You have to add 2 words to this list, 2 words starting with CH, and here also you have to add 2 words starting with SH, and you may note down these words in your notebook. Now the next section is the writing exercise, and it's about error correction. You can see a passage is given there, and this passage contains a lot of spelling mistakes and grammatical errors. You have to find out the spelling mistakes and also the grammatical errors, and then rewrite this passage correctly in your notebook. For example, in the first sentence you can see Sudha Murthy belonged to the small town of Hubli in a word there. So here Sudha Murthy belongs to, it should be belongs to the small town of Hubli in, it should be Karnataka. The spelling is given wrong there. So similarly, you have to find out the grammatical as well as the spelling errors in the passage and rewrite in your notebook. Then take a picture and send us to Teams. So this one you can do as a homework. The next section is My Word Bank, and it's about find 3 words related to confectionery in the story. So confectionery means sweets. So let me suggest one word from the story, factory. Factory is something related to confectionery. Where confectionery is made, there are factories which make confectionery. So similarly, try to find out 2 more words from the story which are related to confectionery. So this one also you can do as a homework. You can write them in your notebook. So children, we have come to the end of the chapter, the Indomitable Sudha Murthy. We have also seen the exercises from the same. I hope the story as well as the exercises are clear to you. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class with a new chapter. Till then, bye.